Ich bin eigentlich auch noch so mehr oder weniger dabei. Ich warte noch ein bisschen ab. Was sich jetzt mit den Preisen tut oder ob die Grafikkarten jetzt hinzukommen. Dann werde ich mir auch einen neuen PC, wenn nicht sogar 2 neue PCs zusammenstellen. Halt einen Streaming-Rechner, weil bei dem merke ich, dass der Geist auch aufgibt. Der macht immer mehr Probleme. Und ich selber wollte eigentlich auch mal wieder einen besseren Gaming-PC haben.
That's one sharp blade.
Ich will ja nicht arbeiten, dass ich mir einen neuen holen kann, aber Psychologen sagen, ich soll besser noch warten. Die rechnen noch mit mindestens 2 Monaten.
Zizka,
Henry, I'm glad you found the time.
what did you want to talk to me about?
About your future. I've commanded countless men, and no doubt I'll command many more. But you, Henry, you have something the others didn't. The heart of a real warrior. I know you're still in the service of Lord Perkstein and have duties to carry out in that regard, but I wanted to tell you, if that ever changed, I would be honored if you stood by my side as my right-hand man.
Warum sollte ich denn... Okay. Der einzige Grund, als rechte Hand von dir zu dienen, ist halt noch ein bisschen was über Taktiken und sowas zu lernen, ne? Aber ansonsten... Ich habe dich besiegt. Ich habe mich mehr als genug bewiesen.
Well, let's see how things turn out.
Of course. We'll see what the future brings.
Ist das Game bald mal fertig? Bist müde? Ich weiß nicht, wie lange es noch dauert. Ich denke mal, es sind jetzt die letzten Gespräche, aber das zieht sich halt alles, ne? Das ist ein langsames Spiel. Wirklich ein langsames Spiel. Es ist eigentlich eher so wie so ein interaktiver Film oder interaktive Serie.
I found Brabant in the camp. He was torturing Sam.
Musst du 9... Na, dann geh schlafen, Junge. Sind nur noch 5,5
I haven't been
Stunden.
betrayed like that for ages. Such a buffoon. I never realized what he was really like. Oh well, a lesson learned. At least he can no longer deceive anyone like he did us. After what he did to Ada, that's all he deserved.
What did you think of the final battle?
Nothing. I didn't see much of it. But even through the fortress walls, I could hear they didn't have a chance against you.
You could tell that by what you heard.
I hear the grass grow. I can find my way just by listening, with eyes closed if necessary. That comes in very handy when you're captured and blindfolded.
True.
I hear we lost the silver.
An
I
wen?
got to it yesterday. If only you'd arrived one day sooner. What can we do? I reckon God wanted us to stay poor. We'll have to look for a way to make a living like we used to.
Und wo ist das Silber jetzt hin? Sind die damit direkt von Dang gezogen und haben es weggebracht, oder? Ha?
What are your plans now?
Now, let's celebrate our victory properly. Then we'll go back to the Devil's Den and get some rest. I'll leave any further negotiations to Jobst and Radzig, but it's not over yet. The King and Prokop of Luxembourg are still prisoners, and it's hard to say whether Sigismund will want to release them. Maybe we'll have more work to do. That's why I'd like to have you close by.
Mhm. Mal waschen. Nach der Story ist das Game einfach vorbei oder kommt da noch was? Theoretisch für mich kommt da nichts mehr, weil ich alles gemacht habe, was man machen kann. An Quests im Endeffekt. Ich würde nochmal auf die andere Map gerne gehen, um was Bestimmtes nachzuschauen. Und dann kommen später irgendwann noch DLCs, wo du dann halt auch nochmal Sachen machen kannst. Aber ansonsten ist, glaube ich, soweit dann fertig.
I see you came through unscathed.
It is a miracle. Since meeting you, I've been taken prisoner, shot, almost executed, starved to death. I expected I would lose an arm, at least.
Well then, you still don't regret joining us?
I regretted that from the first minute, friend. I have successfully avoided situations like this all my life. But now and then, it is not possible. And if I have to choose between a gilded cage with Sigismund or uncertainty here with you, my choice is clear.
Golden Cage. Oder was?
What were the last few days like? Did you lose a lot of men?
What is a lot? Even one death is more than enough. But if you had not
Aber gleichzeitig kannst du ja jetzt sagen, so viel wie
it
du
would have been
durchgemacht
much
hast,
worse.
brauchst du doch jetzt vor zukünftige Sachen keine Angst mehr haben.
I'd say we're quits, wouldn't you? You saved me in the Italian court, and now I saved you.
Is this your subtle way of suggesting I should leave?
Hä?
That's not what I meant. I'll be glad if you stay with us. If you want to, that is.
I'm glad you will not forbid me from staying.
What's your plan now? Head out
Okay,
into
viel
the
Spaß
world
dir noch.
again.
Ich hau mich ins
I would
Bett,
like
ich schau
to
die Tage
stay
mal wieder
here
rein. Alles
for a
klar.
while.
Dann schlaf gut, danke
All
fürs
I've
Hallo
seen in
sagen.
your country is
Einen
death.
erfolgreichen Freitag dir
So
und ein
now I
schönes
want to
Wochenende.
discover its beauty.
Bis nächstes
It
Mal.
is a pity Catherine cannot show me around. Keep her close, friend, or you will lose her to me.
I better be off.
It was good to see you, Henry. Very good.
Hat der gerade gesagt, er möchte hier meine Kesseln mir wegnehmen? So weit lernen wir es nicht kommen lassen.
So, we made it, Sam.
Aye, we made it,
Danke dir.
but only just in time. And we lost the silver. That's what pisses me off the most.
I'm not exactly delighted either. But that's not why we did it. And we're alive.
That's true. But it could have gone very differently. I'm in your
Und doch, wir haben es nur wegen den Silber gemacht.
debt, Bruder. I'll never forget this.
What debt? You're my brother. Brabant is dead.
Genau. Though it's a huge pity I couldn't help you and could only watch. I still don't understand how anyone could have deceived me like that. Such a liar. It should have been obvious what he was like. Justice was done. Baruch Hashem.
Yeah, they took our silver. But maybe it's better that way. Fortunes lead to bad blood.
Well, I'd prefer if the Geld was in good hands. It could have helped. The king, our people, your people. But now the Prague rabble are going to share it. You're right, though. Maybe they'll quarrel over it and cut each other's throats.
What will you do now?
My mother in Colleen and all the others will need me. We'll make a new start there. And that'll be a lot of work. I don't know if anyone will return to Kuttenberg.
What about the Devil's Pack?
That was great. If you can call what we went through great. But I'm neither a warrior, nor a mercenary.
What do you plan to do in Colleen?
Whatever's necessary. The same as in Kuttenberg, most likely. My people need someone who can stand up for them. Because there will always be some who want to put them down. That's life, nicht wahr?
I have to go now, Sam.
Sei gesund.
Guck an, beide haben sogar überlebt. Okay, mit dir kann ich nicht reden. Wo ist ein Kubienka? So, was sollen wir noch machen? Und Janosch, wo ist Janosch?
So we were dying of hunger, and the bastard still had something to eat here.
It smells pretty good.
Warum kann ich nicht mit euch reden?
Godwin, you're safe and sound.
Safe and sound, but absolutely knackered. These have been the longest few days of my life.
I'm glad you all came through it alive.
Aye. It was a close-run thing. We almost died of hunger, among other things. The fucking Praguers brought a trebuchet. They hit the tower, smashed the gate to pieces. And as you probably heard, we lost the silver from the Italian court.
They shot at you from a trebuchet.
It's a match for the finger of God, I can tell you. Once they've got it aimed, it hits the same spot time and time again. It knocks down walls just like a bombard. Twice a year is quite enough for an experience like that.
Das kann ich hier glauben.
How did we lose the silver?
I don't know much about that, lad. We were cooped up in the fort at the time, praying to God to save us. The silver's gone. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
Do you think it would have been better to give it to them in the first place and avoid all that?
There's no point thinking about that. Besides, it's highly likely they'd have betrayed us anyway. Von Berghoff and Brabant are swine of the highest order.
What the hell did you eat? The food had already run out when I went to get reinforcements.
The men cut up leather belts and tried to cook them. It wasn't any good, and there wasn't enough of it. Janosch Uher cooked something up out of ash, weeds, and sawdust. That didn't go down well either. Then we were all so hungry that the rumbling stomachs kept us all awake. And then came the worst bit of all.
Oh. Did it look like a sausage?
No. We ate the only part of our gear you don't need in battle. Stinking braise.
Was sind denn Bruoschen?
I bet you didn't expect you'd have to brush off your fighting skills because of us, did you?
That's true. I thought I'd find you in a tavern with some girls. Give you both a clip around the ear and drag you back home. And instead, this. But we survived. Praise be to God.
And thanks to you.
Come now. At least I had some excitement in my old age, and saw home again. But I hope you won't give me any more trouble, and I can devote myself to drinking and other enjoyable pastimes.
What will you do now that it's all over?
I don't know. I thought I'd spend the bloody silver, but instead of that, we're as poor as church mice again. I reckon I'll stay at the Devil's Den a while if there's room for me. I quite like it around these parts.
So you'll stay with Zizka?
Well, it's not that I'm not fond of the bastard and the rest of them, but it's like this. I'd much rather drink with them than risk my neck again. Besides, I don't know if there's anyone worth risking my neck for, or if it would change anything anyway.
Take care then, Godwin.
God be with you, Henry.
Warum gehst du nicht zu deinem Vater zurück?
Nectar of the gods, aye. Nectar of the gods, aye.
Catherine? You alright?
I'm all right. Oh, thank God you came back safe and sound. You kept your word.
I said I would, didn't I?
We both know it could have ended badly.
No, it couldn't. I gave you my word, and I keep my word.
You liar.
I
Warum?
wanted you to be at least
Ich hab's doch
slightly
eingehalten.
happy. Are you happy?
I can never be happy again. It just isn't possible. There are things you can never unsee.
I know what you mean. But try to stop looking back. Look forwards.
If only I could.
You can. And admit it. You're happier than you were yesterday. Just a little. But you are, aren't you?
I am.
You see?
At least we chased those bastards away.
I killed Brabant.
Good.
Good.
It's good he paid for what he did. It's good he can't harm anyone again. But I'm sad for every horrible deed we do to put right other horrible deeds. It's wrong. Even so, I think there was no other option.
You're right. You have no idea how right you are. Well, the last few days here in the fortress must have been awful. How did you get through them?
The same as everyone else, I suppose. I just tried to stay alive. Aye, we got hungrier and hungrier. But you forget about that after a while. You even get kind of used to seeing death at every step. The worst thing was the fear that I'd never see you again.
I wanted to tell you that, you're one of the bravest women I ever met.
Oh, come now.
No, it's true. After all you've been through, never complained. And everything you've done for us, we couldn't have done it without you. I wouldn't be able to do it. Thank you. And I hope you'll get to know peace now. You deserve it.
What's come over you? Nobody ever said anything like that to me.
They should have, though.
Thank you. What did you mean, one of the bravest? Who else did you have in mind?
Someone from back home. I think you'd like her. I'll tell you about her one day. Thank you for the evening before my departure.
I was afraid. I thought it was the end.
So did I.
You lied to me.
Well, just a bit.
I'm not angry. It was nice.
I needed someone to share my burden. At least for a while.
So did I. Let's not talk about it. There's no need.
What's your plan now?
Now? The simple things in life. A long bath, a good meal, brush my hair.
I need all that as well. I was talking about the future. What will become of us?
Us? Who knows? Maybe it would be good to have someone to hold me again when I go to sleep. But I've grown out of dreams. They hardly ever come true.
What if they came true this time?
We'll see. Let it surprise me.
I'll have to go and see Hanush now.
So I heard. Farewell for now, Henry.
So, die Pferde sind immer noch da, ne? Wir hätten immer noch die Pferde töten können. Zu allerletzt. Damit sie was zu essen hätten.
Henry, I hope it's razor sharp. Come and have a chat.
Here I am, sir.
Let's take a look at it. Good work, Henry. You're a blacksmith through and through.
Thanks, sir.
So now, to the reason I wanted to talk to you. As you no doubt know, there's a big change in store for Hans. He's getting married.
He has to get married.
Has to, wants to, it doesn't matter. He's going to. As you can see, he's none too pleased.
I'm not really surprised. If he can't choose his wife.
Exactly.
Henry, I realize you're not familiar with the business of arranged marriages among the nobility, so don't poke your nose in. Nobody's forcing you into one. It's clear that if it were up to him, he'd keep putting off the wedding in the hope I'd change my mind. But I won't. I've given my word to Lord Botsek of Kunstad, and I don't break my word. So your job, Henry, when the time comes, is to make sure the wedding actually takes place. And if our young lord refuses, you have my permission to drag him kicking and screaming to the altar if need be. After all, who else should take care of him other than the young lord's squire, eh?
Well, if he doesn't want to get married, you can't force him to, can you?
What I can and can't do is none of your business, Henry. Is that clear?
Of course.
Excellent. Agreed.
And when is it supposed to happen?
You'll find out in good time. In the meantime, stay in these parts till Butchek and I arrange all the details with Herald.
I thought we were going back to Ratai.
We'd just be losing time. I'll give you coin so you can find decent quarters and have enough to live on. Radzig also agrees you'll stay with Capon as his right-hand man.
All right. Where is my father, in fact?
Somewhere in the fields outside the village. He took his unit to rout the last of the Pragas. They should be back around now, I reckon. You could go to meet him. He'll definitely be pleased to see you. He'll want to hear how you fared today. And he won't be disappointed if you ask me. Go
So,
with
ich
God,
dachte, jetzt wird
man.
irgendjemand zum...
And don't forget what we said.
Safe journey, Hanush. And send my regards to Bernard.
Ich dachte, jemand wird jetzt zum Ritter geschlagen, deswegen wollte er das Schwert.
Serious about the wedding.
Oh, bloody Hanush.
What did Hanush talk to you about?
Various things. You don't need to know everything, Henry.
Oh, come on. You can tell me. You know you've always been able to rely on me. Now, maybe we've had the odd quarrel, but that's water under the bridge now. Your secret's safe with me.
Secret? Ugh, I don't know if you can call it a secret. I'd say it's already the talk of the town in Ratai. Hanush told me he has no intention of handing over what's mine. Not until I get married, at least.
Wasn't he supposed to hand it over when you reached maturity? No strings attached?
Yes, he was. And I'm not happy. But what can I do? Have him dragged before the king's court? Either I fulfill his condition, or I force him to drop it. Oh, I have to think this through.
What are we going to do about the wedding?
What can we do? Nothing. You heard what Hanush said. He doesn't want anyone to accuse him of not keeping his word. He promised Bocek he'd marry me to his niece, so that's what he's going to do. And that really fucking annoys me. I'm still young. I want to have fun. And instead of that, I have to marry some wench I've never seen. Also, she's bound to be ugly. She'd have been married off ages ago otherwise. Damn it!
I wouldn't be so pessimistic.
Aye. But on the other hand, she's rich.
Yeah, maybe she'll be pretty as well.
No chance. I'm not that lucky. I've been thinking, though. If I get married and have a son, I'll name him after you.
Oh,
After me.
Heinrich.
In German.
Ah, you see, it's in fashion at court these days. And what have you got to complain about? You should be pleased. Or would you rather I name him Vakalin?
No, I'm pleased. Honestly. I hope he turns out to be a great man.
Of course he will. He'll take after me. He'll perform great deeds, you can be sure of that.
What was it like before we turned up? Must have been hard.
It was fucked up. I was hit by an arrow. And then, we were just stuck in the fortress with no food. But you know what? I didn't even remember Nabokov. That escape through the crypt from the Italian court cured me.
nice.
I'm glad to hear it.
You arrived in the nick of time in any case.
We lost all the silver.
We couldn't save it.
As soon as they got into the courtyard and basement, it was clear we'd lose it. But money isn't everything.
Aber warum auch gerade dort lagern?
We're alive. Sigismund is fucked. We won.
What about your injury? You said you got hit.
Godwin pulled the arrow out straight away. It didn't go in too deep, thankfully. I was wearing armor, and in the fray, I didn't even think of it. It's only starting to hurt now, in fact.
Nah, you'll be all right.
Of course I'll be all right. What do you mean? What do you
I
mean?
found Brabant in the camp.
Brabant? What? I thought he turned tail. That would have been just like him.
I suppose he really cared about the silver.
And? What happened?
He caught Sam. He was going to kill him. I finished him.
Oh, I hope he suffered.
He begged, whined, whimpered.
I hope Ada enjoyed looking down on that.
What are your plans now?
I'm in no hurry for the courtship, believe you me. I'm going to hole up somewhere, at the Devil's Den, say, and I'll have fun while I can. And when the time comes and Hanush summons me for the courtship, I'll send a message saying I'm seriously ill.
Do you think he'll fall for it?
I'm sure he will the first time. Then we'll see.
You could do something that makes Yitka not want you.
Good idea.
I'll have to be on my way. Stay strong.
I will. Send my regards to Radzik.
Wo ist der... Ah, der Jobs wird wahrscheinlich jetzt auch bei den Dings sein, ne?
The Prague's dead commander is inside. I've had a message sent to Jobst, so don't worry about it.
You see? Nobody took care of you. Now you lie here, abandoned and defeated. I can't believe I used to be afraid of you. And that you haunted me in my nightmares. Maybe you thought you were only doing your job. That you were on the right side. But that doesn't matter now. Farewell forever, Marvart.
Marvart.